And I'm back live again. Test number 2. Okay, everybody, y'all heard Jeff and I talking. We thought that the reason I was live with the iPad mini was because maybe I had it, well, I did have an older version since I've not used the iPad to fly with since I got the smart controller months ago. But to test that theory, I just updated the app, the Go4App, on the iPad mini, reconnected, and went live again. So now I'm going to let Jeff know that it's not the iPad mini, or it wasn't the version, it was, it's something else. I think Ken's only problem earlier was his internet connection. Recent calls, Jeff Sills. And I'm going to put Jeff back on speaker. I'm going to set my phone down here. And y'all will hear that conversation again.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Do you see the new live notification?
I saw a live notification, yeah.
After we got off the phone, I updated the Go4App on the iPad Mini 4.
Right.
And I am currently live on the iPad Mini 4. And I'm going to point my drone at the camera here at the iPad so y'all can see all that. There's the iPad sitting there with the controller, my big iPad next to it so I can monitor chat, and my phone right up against the iPad there where everybody can hear you talking again.
Well, and if it updated the old app, in other words, if you didn't delete the old app,
right? I just
install a brand new one.
I just went to the App Store on iPad. I tapped on updates. It showed an update for Go4, so I clicked update, and it updated. And once it was done, I reconnected the small controller back to the drone and connected with the iPad, brought the camera view up, and went live on YouTube.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that it kept the verification key from the old version when it did the update. That's because that's the only thing I can think of that would be the explanation.
Well, I don't know. Ken was live. Ken's issue was his Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah, no, Ken was using RTMP, and he was using, and his issue with the buffering and stuff was just the Wi-Fi or the cellular connection that he had. So that's the only reason why his connection was bad. If he had been in an area that had better cell connection, he wouldn't have had the issues.
Now, why was he using RTMP?
Yeah, anybody else that uses RTMP that's in a good, cellular area and has a good solid connection can do good live streaming. Chris Hope does it. Other people have done it. So I know that the functionality through RTMP is there and it will do it.
Okay, but you did you say Ken was using RTMP?
Yeah, Ken was using RTMP.
Why was he using RTMP?
Because if he goes into the app and chooses the YouTube option from the live streaming, it gets the error saying that the application is not validated with Google. The same message I get, the same message Greg gets, the same message that other people in the forums are getting.
Well, I didn't get that message.
I understand that. And the only thing I can think of as to why you didn't get that message is that when you updated, it didn't delete the app, right? It just updates, writes over it. it keeps the settings, and in this case, it probably kept whatever verification link you had with Google from the old app that allows you to keep doing it. My guess is that if you were to wipe the app completely, delete all the settings, right, so that it's completely blank, and then reinstall the app from scratch with the latest version, that you would probably have the same issues that we're having.
Well, let me ask you what I might think to be a really dumb question. If you already have the app and all you need is the latest version, why wouldn't you just update? Why would you totally uninstall your app and install the new version?
Well, again, that comes down to how certain devices do the app, how they refresh. Some people, they go through and they clear their cache and they clear their settings to save space, or as part of refreshing their devices. There's any number of reasons why that data or that information would have gone or been overwritten. And so, as for specifically why you uniquely are able to do this when other people can't, is still sort of a mystery.
Well, my recommendation, and Stingray's talking about it in my chat, my recommendation is do not delete your old app, just update it. I clear my cache and stuff because you have to do that to keep everything running smooth. But
yeah, you can try doing the update, but just understand that when you do this, there is a probability that you will end up like the rest of us and not be able to connect to Google. It literally is hit or miss as to why you can do this and the rest of us can't. I don't have an answer for you.
I didn't realize that people were having trouble with it.
What I would recommend doing is we probably need to set up some time after we do the shows this week. We probably need to set up some time with Greg and look through some of the stuff on your devices with Greg and see what it is that's unique about you. So there has to be a reason why you're able to do this and other people can't. If there's a way to be able to mirror the environment that you have on your device on other people's devices so that they can do this, I know that would be valuable.
Literally, all I did was update the app, Jeff.
Well, again, and like I said, it's something that really does seem to be very unique to you. Because you saw me go through and delete all of my information and reinstall it from scratch, have to put my profile and everything back in the app, as if I had just bought the drone, and it immediately failed.
Right.
Okay, so it's not something where we're nuts. This is a problem that exists, and I would imagine that it's probably fairly spotty out there in the environment. There are probably some people that can, and some people that can't.
Yeah. Well, my recommendation is, if you already have the Go4 app, don't delete it, just update it, and you should be fine.
I want to stress this. If the app revision is the 3.9.24 and earlier, then you probably can stream. Maybe. If it's after that, the 3.9.28 or 3.9.29, those are the ones that I'm seeing that don't let you stream. Now, in your case, you updated from the 3.9.24 to the 3.9.29. It must have kept some of the settings or some of the configurations from the 3.9.24 that is allowing you to continue to stream. If you want to really conduct a test and really see, delete your app, wipe it all clean, restart your iOS device from scratch, go back into the app, put in all of your DJI credentials and stuff like that, and see if you get the stream up. That would be the best hardcore test I could think of to prove or to see if there's something other than the app about your environment that is allowing you to do this. Because you did say you had some sort of Google something or other on your device.
Now that's on the smart controller.
Okay.
I sideloaded Google on the smart controller because DJI, on the Android version that DJI uses, they use a different browser, and that browser has the Google stuff blocked because Google is blocked in China.
Yeah, but your app version on the smart controller is 3.9.16. I mean, that thing's way, way older,
Well, it's not way older. It was updated just a couple months ago, and they just released a new update for the smart controller 2 days ago.
Then the app revisions for the Android are using a different numerical sequence. Now, Greg said that Google's, rehash of the validation for apps was something that happened within the last, 4 months or something like that. The app that you were using that worked fine was 5 months old. So you may have an app that was functional, that had a functioning key on the old format, the old verification for Google, that allowed it to keep working, right? And then when Google comes through and cleans house and does, revalidates applications, they look at the versions, and I would assume that they go and identify what versions are going to, connect to the system, and then they say those versions are not validated yet. And in this case, the older app, probably still on their, in all of the millennia of millions of settings out there in Google land, there's probably something that's saying, yeah, if you're 3.9.24, yeah, live stream all you want. So, but it is a unique puzzle, sir. I appreciate you contributing to trying to understand this a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, but you are still, from all practical purposes, a unique unicorn in this endeavor.
Well, I am. The current version that's on my smart controller is 1.00.0530, and the version that's available 1.00.650. So I'm going to push update, and this update just came out Monday or Sunday maybe, for the version of the smart controller.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. From this Android side, I am not an Android genius. I don't know much about Android, so I don't know how they do their updates as to whether it overwrites or if it uses settings, etc.
Yeah. Well, I may have to plug the smart controller into the DJI Assistant. It doesn't look like it's going to do the download on its own here.
Yeah, devices like that, including, I used to have the goggles and stuff. Devices like that, I always use the Assistant to update those, just to be on the safe side.
I think the last time I did it, I didn't have any problem just doing it. But I know when I first got it, I had to plug it in. Well, anyway, this stream now is with the factory smart controller. The factory Mavic 2 Pro controller and the iPad Mini 4 with the latest Go4App update. Just so you know.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of that would, I guess, put a nail in this as to being something unique to your environment versus the app is if you were to actually wipe the app completely off the iOS device, physically power the iPad off,
Yeah.
start everything from scratch, install.
Hang on 1 second. Hey, Dennis, give me 5 minutes. I'll call you back.
No problem. Thanks.
Thanks. Okay, Jeff, I'm back.
Yeah. So I would. Yeah, that's the only other thing I could probably throw as a recommendation. Just if we're going to do this scientifically, you should wipe the slate clean and start from scratch and see if you get the same results.
On the Go4 Mini.
On the Go4 Mini.
Yeah. I mean on the iPad Mini Go4.
Or on the iPad Mini Go4, whichever way you want to call it. The Apple thingy.
Yeah, the Apple thingy.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. All right, dude. All right, guys, I'm going to end this stream. So far, it was a success. And I'm a little afraid to do what Jeff wants me to do, but I might go ahead and do it just for scientific research purposes. Anyway, Jeff, have a good night.
All right. You too, sir. Take care.
Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all later.